here we go with another 20 minutes Pilates with the mini loop. So you can always use just a TheraBand and tie it in a loop. These mini loops are great for so many different exercises, but if you don't have one, then you can still do the exercises without them. Some of them make it easy, some of them make it hard. So we're going to start in this cross-legged position for a nice little warm-up. Let's warm up into the spine, and we're just holding our band. And as we lower and flex and curl through the lower back, I want you to stretch away. So we're getting a good nice rounding through the upper back. Inhale, release. And exhale again. So draw belly button in, squash and tilt the spine. Inhale up and reach forward. And let it go. And one more. As you come up, overhead this time, pulling a little bit through the band, so you're getting a little activation through these side muscles. And release again. Overhead, pull the band away and let it go. Now this is quite a tight one, so I'm not getting a lot of movement, but I can certainly feel the resistance and pulling your shoulder blades together, but keep them away from your ears. And release. Two more here. And last one. Good, hold it out in front of you this time. Again, a little tension on the band, so you feel you're having to slot those shoulders back. And we're going to rotate round, release to the middle, squeeze and rotate round to the other side, and release. Exhaling through the whole of the movement, keeping the spine nice and long. One more each side. And you'll feel your arms start to wake up quite quickly. Let's roll it and wrap it around the feet. And take the arms between the knees, keeping the spine nice and long so that we're not just curling. Try and keep up onto those sit bones underneath your bum. And using the band, we're going to lean back so that this one makes it slightly easier. You might feel like you can go a little bit further. Again, using that exhale as we lean back, keeping control of this middle pressure. Ribs down, have a little feel through the midline. Am I tightening? Can I harden it even more by bringing pelvic floor up? And then release everything as you come up. And let it go. So pull on the band, let yourself drop a little bit further, but still with that control. Open up through the collarbones. Feel your tummy starting to work. And you can keep it here if you're comfortable. If you want to make it slightly harder, let go of one hand and rise up over the head, just floating it above the head, soft elbows and shoulders, but just lengthening creates more tension into your tummy. And then release. Other side. Again, emphasizing that breath. And it just means that you're holding that position for another second and challenging those abdominals. 4 more here. Good. Keep the band around the feet as we drop down onto our forearms. Pick it up through the back and open up through the collarbones. So you can do it on the mat to start with. You're just going to lengthen one and bring it back, lengthen the other. And you feel how you're keeping tension on the band, so maybe moving the feet slightly wider. Just sliding it along the ground and maintaining a little bit of tension into your lower abdominals. Now if you feel like that's quite easy, pick up one foot. Keeping your toes flexed up towards you so you don't lose the band. So you're choosing which one you want to work at, feeling your core still working. And if you want to work the legs a little bit more, then we're picking up the feet and stretching it in the air. Palms down, support your back. Starting to shake a little bit already. Chest open. Keep the tension through the band so that you've got some support there. And you're just cycling those legs. Let's go for another 4 and 3. Don't bear down, don't hold your breath. Keep it going for 2 and last one. And let it go. Okay, we're going to keep the band around both feet as we roll down onto your back, legs up into the air, taking one hand in the band and dropping the other leg down. So let's stretch through the hamstrings here, just pulling that as much as you feel comfortable. And then just soften the knee to keep that one nice and steady. And we're actually going to do the work with this one. So we're going to come up and do a nice big cycle with this leg, and that will feel slightly different from that previous exercise. Slowly dropping it down and hover it above the mat. Inhale up, exhale. Nice and strong and nice and steady through that one leg. Nice big circles, warming up the hip. And 3 more on this side. Lower that leg, rest it on the mat. We're now working with this one in the band. As we drop this one down, we're going to peel up the head and roll down again, bend the knee. So always keeping slight tension on the band. This is helping us with our roll up, lengthen the leg, and then start to peel up the neck, the shoulder blade, coming into that nice V position, and then roll it back down. Getting a nice roll through the spine, as well as using tummy muscles to pull ourselves up. Using the band at different points where you feel like you need it, just giving you that extra helping hand coming up and down. 2 more this side. Good. Bring both legs up to the ceiling. Swap the band over. Hamstring stretch first. Let's push the knee back, lengthen through the back of the legs, and then gently soften it, working through this other leg up to the ceiling and lower it down. Should feel quite nice just to get those hips moving, especially out of range, out of normal range. Warming it up gently. And as you start to drop it down and lengthen through the abdominals, that's when you need that tension through the midline. And without really thinking about it, you're still working through that static hip, working on the stability and the control. 3 more on this side. And then lower it down to the ground. Using the band again, roll up and roll down. Really force that back down. So lower back first, curl and tilt the pelvis under and release. Breathing both ways. And down. Use the band, use the leg as that driving lever, and relax. 3 more. And let it go. Again, both feet coming into the band. Let's go at the ankles this time and popping them down. And we're rolling onto our side, into our side planks. Okay, propping up onto your elbows. Okay, let's lengthen this top leg. So we're opening up through the bottom oblique, shoulders down, and then we're lengthening the leg away and bring it in again. So the hard bit here is that to create tension, we've got to lift it in the first place. So that can be hard in itself, and then we're moving it. So we're going for that control and strength with movement. So we're just layering, layering and layering, and definitely feel the burn through there. Press with the heel as if you're kicking something away, toes up towards you, and consciously squeezing through that top glute. We'll do another 8 here, and 7, 6, push with the heel, squeeze, blow out. We've only got 3 more. These glutes will definitely be thankful. Good. Okay, knees together. Let's push up into our side plank, arm up. I'm going to open for a clam here. So we don't have the tension on the band, but you can if you want to make it harder. Close the clam and thread the needle through. Open up and open the knees, heels together. And thread it through. And open up. So still working through the glute, but without the tension. And through. Good. We'll do 2 more here. And the last one. And release back down. Okay, we're going to come over onto hands and knees. Okay, again, keeping the tension here. So we've worked this side, so we're going to work this side again. Let's keep it in a nice alignment, relax the back. Okay, make sure that you're not holding tension. And we're going with opposite arm, opposite leg. So lengthen it away. Add the arm and bring it back. What I meant to do was turn it round, that's better. And in. Stretching the leg away, feel the pull through the hip flexor, the pull through the back glute, and then add the opposite arm. Inhale down, exhale away. Steady through your core, nice and flat through the back. And you're working through those extremities, your shoulder, your hip, keeping the core nice and steady. 3 more this side. Hold it up for the last one. Take a nice big breath and then lower it back down. Good. Keep the band in the ankles as we swivel around onto the other side. Okay, so it's up at the ankles. Prop up onto your forearm, dropping the shoulder and lifting the leg just to begin with. So we've got tension on. Even holding it there would be a good burner. But let's press away with the heel and back in. Good. Keep it in line with the hip. So we're trying not to dip too much. Lift through the waist, drop through the shoulder. Yep, starting to feel that. 8 more. And 7. 6. You can always do more, you can always speed it up, but focus on the one that's maybe slightly weaker. Make sure that you release it first and then start lengthening. And 1 more through here. Knees and heels together. Lift it up into your side plank. Hand up to the ceiling, opening up through the clam. Close it as we thread the needle through. Open up into your clam. Consciously squeeze through that top glute. Really squeeze the back hip and then release. Open up. And push your hips forward so you're still working through these obliques, although you've probably forgotten about them because the glutes are starting to tire. 3 more on this side. And last one, hold it up. And we'll come back over onto hands and knees. I'm just wrapping it around my foot so that it stays where I want it to be. Sort your back out, and when you're ready, you lengthen the leg and add the opposite arm. Inhale together. Exhale away. Again, what muscles are you using? If you feel like your back's giving, you need to tighten up your tummy, squeeze through that back glute. Use your breath. You'll definitely get a better connection through your tummy muscles if you really exaggerate that breath. 3 more. And 2. And hold out the last one. Lift it up in line with your back as much as you can. And relax back down. Okay, drop the band is now coming into your arms, up into your wrists, so that at shoulder width, you've got a little bit of tension on there. And you're going to feel this up into your triceps and into the backs of your shoulders. So first one is just to start walking it forward and back again. Okay, nothing is moving from the waist down, and that should give a nice little burn into your shoulders. A few progressions here. Taking it further forward, you're going to slot into your knee plank and then bring it back into hands and knees. Forward we go, hips coming forward, hold, and back. Forward, and back. Let's make it slightly harder. Tuck the toes under, lifting up into your hover. Legs are getting involved now, but you're still just walking forward with the hands, full plank, and back again into your hover. Pick where you're most comfortable and start to progress it from there. We'll do one more here, and back again, and relax. Okay, real burner into the backs of those shoulders. Okay, into our lunge. Let's take one leg forward, band out in front of us, thumbs, backs of hands, wherever you're most comfortable. Let's reach it forward, drop those shoulders, rotate round to the back for 1, 2, 3, keep breathing, 4, and 7, last one, 8, good. Release, knees together. Find that middle, knee plank, hold. Other leg's going to come forward when you're ready. Into your lunge and bring it up again. Stretch and reach the band out. Round to that back leg. When you're ready, blowing out, rotate. And 4, 3, 2, and 1. Same again. Back down, other leg comes forward. Now if you want to make it harder, you tuck the back leg, back foot under, back toe under, and you come up into a lunge without your back leg down. Reach out, rotate, and back. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Palms down, knees together, hold. Other leg when you're ready. Toes under if you wish. Make it harder. Balancing more through the legs. Get your balance first. Reach forward. And towards the back leg again for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, blow out. And let it go. And relax. Okay, we're going to come down onto our backs, which means more core stuff. Roll it down. Nice flexion through the spine. The band is still in the arms for our dead bug here. So a little pressure on here to flatten the shoulder blades. Float it overhead and bring it in. Let's add a leg to that. So you're bringing it up and down. Switch the legs over, just a gentle lift and tap, and this is going to get slightly harder. So we're just progressing it up. Now stay here if you're happy. If you want to make it harder, we're lifting both legs. And then down. Both up together and down. Okay, squeeze in the tummy button, drop the ribs. Release. Squeeze. Inhale only once the feet touch the ground. Want to make it harder? We're coming up. And then we're coming away with our full dead bug. Lengthening the leg this time rather than keeping it into more of a crunch. Little squeeze through the band. Keep the elbows soft, because otherwise those triceps will tire too quickly. We've got another 6. Slow it down. Focus on the breath and not overarching the back. 4 more. And 3, 2, and 1. But out of those exercises, you're starting with your feet down and you're building it up. The band is now going above the knees into our classic bridge. Let's palms down, press the hips up. Again, working through these glutes, not overcooking it so that the ribs start to flare too much. And you've got a bit of pressure into the band there. And roll it down. Lifting up. Palms down. Keep the fingers away from the shoulders. And roll it down nice and gently. Again, let's focus on pelvic floor. So as we roll up, you start to squeeze up to level 1, 2, 3 at the top, and then drop it down to 1, release. Lifting it up. With the one leg, you're going to drop it out, roll out onto your feet, and bring it back in. Just the one side, so into our half bridge, keeping this one side nice and steady, and just rolling out on the side of your foot, dropping your knee, feeling how that's having to work again through these side glutes for 3, 2, and 1. Come back down into the center before we try the next one. Roll it up, take pelvic floor with you. Other side, just gently drop it out to the side, nice and controlled. Pushing against the band, squeeze and drop, squeeze. Keep this hip nice and high. For 4 more. Feel those glutes burning. And 2 and 1. Very good. And drop it down again. Good. Let's lengthen the legs and roll up as much as we can. Using the band if you need to pull up from here. And we're reaching down to our toes, getting that hamstring pull, nice flexion through the spine, toes up towards you, head down. Take a nice big inhale up to the ceiling and rotate the hands behind you with a little lift through the bottom if you want, and then release again. So this is a stretch, so we're allowed to arch and flare as much as you wish. Come down, hamstrings again, up to the ceiling, and rotate the shoulders back as you press through your heels. See if you can go an inch further. We'll do one more here. Let it go, up to the ceiling, and rotate all the way back. And release. Take the band out, let's come back round into our starting position. where we were reaching and curling, tilt the pelvis back. Overhead stretch, open and pull that band as much as you can, and release again. Inhale at the top, fill the lungs right down into the base of your back, and let it go. And up. Good, back to the middle, just for a nice rotation. And the other side. And release. So you'll feel your shoulders here, a bit of core, and some nice glutes as well.